Preferably either brown or green lentils because the darker the color is, the more nutritious it is. And also I've got turmeric powder, paprika, sea salt. The spring onions again, like you see, I've actually got the ones with the roots itself.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do is chop it up to here or roughly here, and then I'm just going to plant it. As in someone who, if someone doesn't really like the vegetables, it actually is a good way to actually introduce them to the greens as well.
What do you suggest works well?
Asparagus, chopped asparagus.
And you kept it on medium heat?
Yes, I put it on medium heat, exactly. That in, it sort of just wilts with the heat.
No spinach.
Cook it too much, it's just more or less heating it up. Sit.
Oh, nice and easy.
And see, it's mixture of greens, it's really healthy.
It's not spicy.
Okay.
Very, very nice.
Right, well, whilst we indulge in this amazing
Now we have Chef Petrina cooking up a feast in the back, but don't go anywhere. It's time for a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we'll see what she's up to.
Assalamu alaikum again, and welcome back to Salam Britain Kitchen. Now it is time to dive into a bowl of comforting and aromatic coconut green curry lentils, where the rich flavours of creamy coconut milk blend seamlessly with the vibrant spices of green curry.
Wow, this dish brings together tender lentils, fresh vegetables, and fragrant herbs, creating a symphony of taste and texture that is both nourishing and indulgent, perfect for a hearty weekend dinner or an impressive dish for guests. Coconut Green Curry Lentils promises to transport your taste buds to a world of exotic and wholesome culinary delight.
Yum. So, without further ado, let's welcome Chef Petrina, who's going to be cooking for
Hello,
all
everyone.
of us today. Hi, Chef. How are you?
I'm doing great.
Good.
Great stuff. Over to you.
Okay, today we are going to be cooking coconut green curry lentils. So as you can see, I've got a array of green.
A whole garden.
Lots of greens, yeah. So starting with the spring onions, the chives, the green beans, long beans, peas, green capsicum, spinach, asparagus here, mint, and something you may be familiar with. This is lady's fingers.
Okra.
Yes.
Lovely.
Lady's fingers is very good for the joints. So if you know when we get older, our joints start creaking.
I haven't
you know,
had that in ages. Lady's fingers is very common in
I've noticed that
Bangladeshi
my
culture.
joints have started creaking recently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have it.
Yeah, I'm going to start having
You're at
it.
that age now, aren't you?
Yeah. Thanks, Aisha.
Yeah, and coriander as well. And what I will add as well is shallots, 2 shallots, garlic, some ginger. Add the spice, there's green chillis as well, and a bit of red onion.
Looks fabulous.
So the main ingredients is lentils. Lentils take a bit longer to cook, so I've actually started cooking them before the show started. It takes normally about 25 to 30 minutes or so.
Yeah.
I love to slow cook things, so it's not like on a boil, as you can see, it's a very slow simmer. So the lentils will become fairly soft like this.
So how long were you cooking them for again?
These lentils are brown lentils, and they cook in about 20-30 minutes on very low heat.
And you soak them beforehand
I
in
did
water?
follow it depends on which type of lentils you get, so I followed the instructions of the packet. They actually said soak it overnight. There are some lentils you don't have to soak overnight, you can just soak it for like about two hours or so. However, saying that, I've also tried when I've not been prepared and I've just, not soaked the lentils, and it comes out fine as well.
And can we use any lentils for this, or is this the one that you recommend?
Preferably either brown or green lentils, because the darker the color is, the more nutritious it is.
Oh, I never knew that.
Yeah, as compared to the yellow lentils, which is the common ones in the restaurants and in the the Asian household.
Learned something new today.
Yeah. So lentils, high in iron, protein, things like that. Good for vegetarians and vegans.
Yes.
Okay. So what we're going to do is I have also here some coconut oil. Sorry, not coconut oil, coconut milk, just to make it a bit creamy. And also I've got turmeric powder, paprika, sea salt, a bit of coriander seeds and cumin seeds as well. So I'm just going to add it all on this pot here. Okay, and then we'll just start cutting up the vegetables. I won't actually cook it a lot because I like my vegetables to be still fairly, fairly still alive in terms of nutrients and all that. So it's just going to be cooked very quickly. So let's just cut.
Is that what happens then? The more you cook vegetables, the more the nutrients go down?
That's right, especially if you're cooking in a very high heat. So the
Right.
trick is actually cook it like this one. I'm on this electric cooker, it's on about 5 or 6.
Got it.
Got it.
So it's really like low to medium heat. So the capsicum, everything can actually be eaten apart from obviously the ends like that. So even the seeds, don't actually throw that away. It's all edible. And all these vegetables can also be eaten raw. So like I said, that's why we're not actually going to be overcooking it as well on high heat.
Brilliant. Are any
So-
of those veggies from your patch?
My patch, it's only the spring onions. The spring
Lovely,
onions, again,
look
like
at
you
that.
see, I've actually got the ones with the roots itself.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do is chop it up to here, or roughly here, and then I'm just going to
replant
plant it. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's very easy to plant as well. So just put it in good soil, good compost, and it'll actually regrow in 1 or 2 days.
So, Petrina, I know you said that it's very good to take the capsicum seeds as well, and they're good for you. But recently, somebody told me that I should not be putting capsicum seeds in my food because it could have parasites on it
Oh,
due to the way they are grown, and I don't know. They gave me some very
Yeah, well, the
long-
thing is, the seeds is actually the life of the vegetable. So that's why actually you should actually be eating the seeds, even with chillis and all that.
Okay.
And if you think about it, if it was harmful, then it's already inside the vegetable. So that
No
really
harmful
can't be
in the
accurate.
sense that, yeah. Okay. Maybe
back
don't
to the
just-
seeds you go.
Back to the seeds I go.
I will read through the ingredients for our viewers while you're chopping away there, Petrina.
Great.
And do take a screenshot with your phone because this looks like a good dish to save. So we have a cup of brown lentils, a cup of coconut milk, 3 cloves of garlic, 2 shallots, a thumb-size ginger with skin, a 1/4 teaspoon turmeric powder, a 1/4 teaspoon paprika powder, a teaspoon of coriander seeds, a teaspoon of cumin seeds, 1 green capsicum, 10 ladies' fingers okra, 2 green chili, a handful mature spinach leaves, 2 stalks spring onions, a handful of coriander and or mint leaves, 5 asparagus spears, 5 green beans, sea salt per taste. Lots of green ingredients in this one, isn't it?
yeah, I feel like just reading the ingredients, I've become healthy.
That's right. And what I didn't add in the recipe, which you could try as well, is broccoli. You can
Ooh.
Ah, there
broccoli
you
is another
go.
green vegetable that you can add
Lovely.
to
A
the.
lot of green. And what does mature spinach mean? I didn't know I just thought spinach was spinach.
Yeah, spinach. Normally these days in the shops you find what they call the baby spinach.
Yeah.
So that's actually not as mature. So these are the larger
okay.
leaf spinach, and obviously if you can get the spinach as a whole, that'll be better as well.
I learn so much from you every day. So now I know the lentils I'm having aren't right. The baby spinach I'm having can be improved. I love it. I love to learn.
Basically, you've been eating
everything.
immature spinach.
Yes, immature spinach and too light a colour of lentils.
Yeah, so this recipe is really great, especially for those who don't like their greens, don't like the vegetables. Because I'm cutting it really fine, you won't really taste a lot of it, as in if someone doesn't really like the vegetables, it actually is a good way to actually introduce them to the greens as well. So as you can see, I've actually cut them very fine. I'm going to add the chopped up shallots, garlic, red onions, and ginger.
It feels very Thai-inspired, or is this just a Petrina-inspired dish?
It's more Thai-inspired, and my
Unique.
variation of the dish to improve
Yes.
it, as I always do.
Love it.
Absolutely. We love the Petrina twist.
Yeah, and I think the Thai dishes don't really add so much of these variety of green vegetables. You normally find the capsicum, and that's about it. Not ladies' fingers, definitely. I think that's
Sure.
unique to my
you
recipe.
add in the
so,
health factor.
yeah.
So Petrina, the ladies' fingers, they're quite sticky and they let off a lot of water when you cook
Yes,
them.
they're a bit. Normally, I would recommend you actually don't cook it you don't cut it, you actually cook it whole if you're eating it. However,
okay.
in this dish, because the ends sometimes tend to be quite rough, so I actually tend to cut it off, just a little bit of end like that, just like that, and a bit of the ends as well. And then the rest you can actually just cook it fine as it is.
Would it be a good idea to cook the okra a little bit more first before adding all the other ingredients? Just
No,
to kind
like I
of
said,
level
all
out?
these ingredients, the spinach, the okra, everything, even the asparagus, they don't take a lot of time to cook. And the thing is, if you overcook it, it becomes very mushy as well.
Right, gotcha.
Yeah.
You know what? I tell you this every week, Petrina, but when you're cooking, I always get nervous, like, oh, I don't think this is really for me. And then I eat it, and I'm so pleasantly surprised. Like, you have totally won me over with not throwing spices all over the place. I'm like the crazy person who just has all spices everywhere in my cooking, and not falling into the misconception that healthy means you're compromising on taste. So I do have to thank you for that.
You're welcome. And I hope the viewers also will learn and, change slowly change their...
And that's why I'm saying it, because I feel like when you're watching on live TV, you don't get the taste factor. But honestly, if someone like me, who's a real foodie, can say it always tastes so good and it's so nice, nice in terms of a surprise, then yeah, you've got to believe me on that.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, she's not just saying that for the TV. She was saying it earlier before we even went live.
Compliments don't come free with me.
Okay, so I'm just going to add the capsicum now and a bit of the long beans as well, which I've cut finely, very finely, so it cooks. Now the curry, it all depends on how wet you want it to be. So I'm just going to add some coconut milk now.
What do you suggest works well?
Well, if you're eating it with, say, like rice and or even bread, you might want a bit more sauce. So it all depends.
Yeah.
I'm someone who sort of like in between. I don't really fancy too much sauce or too much gravy, but it all depends. As you can see, it's fairly watery, but it will actually...
We're getting the aroma coming through now.
Great.
Smells good.
Great.
Yeah.
And so the okra is going in as well with the asparagus, chopped asparagus.
And you've kept it on medium heat?
Yes, I put it on medium heat, exactly.
So, Petrina, I mean, my kids would eat this. I would make it, they'd eat it. But they'd constantly be saying, where's the chicken? When they're, in their bowls eating it. Do you think I could cook this but incorporate chicken into it as well?
Yes, you can add chicken to it, or if you want, you can add things like tofu or even fish to it.
Yeah,
it all depends.
amazing.
But I'm just doing it as a vegetarian dish. But
Yeah.
you can actually add whatever you want. So the spinach doesn't take a long time to cook as well. So I'm just gonna put that in. It sort of just wilts with the heat.
Sure, spinach.
And this is more or less done in a few minutes. It'll be
Wow,
ready.
look at how quick and easy that was.
Yeah. And you can see it's sort of like greenish in color as well, greenish brown, with all the greens inside.
And you said you could have it with rice or with bread?
Yeah, rice or bread, or even pasta if you want to, pasta.
Any kind of bread you recommend?
We recommend more like spelt or sourdough bread,
Yeah.
or
You have
even rye
sourdough
bread. However,
Yeah,
for
in
today,
restaurants.
because of the show, for those who want, I've actually got some rye biscuits and some tortilla chips as well. So
Oh,
you can have that
clever.
as well. You can serve it as a dip. It's very, very versatile.
Yeah.
And the last thing I'm going to add is the peas inside. The peas as well is already cooked. You can actually eat it raw as well. These are frozen peas. You can get the fresh ones as well and just make your own. And again, you don't really have to cook it too much. It's just more or less heating it up. That's it.
I mean, I cannot remember, for the love of Allah, the last time I actually cooked something with peas and the peas were not out of a frozen,
That's true. That's true.
And it takes me back to when I was younger. I used to remember when our aunties or mums
the
or
little
grandmas,
pods.
they used to have this whole bowl full of peas in pods. And we used to sit there like taking them out the pod
So
for
true.
a whole hour
I forgot
they
about
would,
that.
before they'd actually go and cook the food. And here we are, just we use frozen peas. So my question to you, Petrina, does it make a difference if the
Good
peas are coming straight
question.
from the pod or if they're frozen? And do peas actually have a nutritional value, considering they're so teeny-meeny?
Yeah, well, the good thing about it is the frozen peas, they are done very well. So a lot of the nutrients are still kept there. But obviously, if you really want, then the fresh one will be the best.
Yeah.
But frozen is the second best option. It is not far away from the fresh ones.
That's
what
good.
I wouldn't recommend is the ones in cans. The ones in cans tend to be much softer. So
I think the only canned veg I have is sweet corn.
Yeah, me too. And tomatoes.
You can't get sweet corn. You can get it fresh, but you can't get it. Can you get sweet
Yeah,
corn
you can get
frozen?
frozen.
You
You can get frozen as well.
So even sweet corn, you're saying the frozen is better than tin?
Yes, yeah.
Oh.
Obviously, the fresh ones are better.
Yeah.
And the thing is, the corn tends to be quite starchy, so we don't really recommend it. However, the best way to eat corn is actually to pluck it straight from the field and actually eat it then.
Yeah.
Because the ones we get tend to be kept for a long time, which is why it's very starchy.
Do you know, I want to go fruit picking. I haven't done
Let's
that
go.
for ages. I wasn't inviting you, but
Oh, okay.
you can come.
Fine.
I joke.
Okay.
We'll go, okay? It'll
Yeah,
be fun.
let's go. Let's all go fruit picking. You're all invited.
Yeah. Do you go? Do you go fruit picking, Petrina?
in her
I haven't
garden.
been actually. I really love to go.
I was going to say you have your whole garden, don't you?
Yes, that's right.
But it's so nice. I think the last time I did it was when I was very, very young. They give you a big basket and it's whatever you can take.
Yes.
And it's actually a very nice experience. I'm going to
That was
take.
a
I'm
really
going to go
long
this
time
summer.
ago then, when you were really, really young.
It was like 2 years
It hasn't
ago.
been that long for me. We just went a couple of years ago. Because my kids actually...
When you were
really
16?
Yeah, when I was 21. My kids really enjoy it, actually. It's a really nice day out for them.
Oh, really? Have you
Yeah,
only been a few
yeah.
years ago?
Because
It
you
is
can
nice.
pick apples and you
It can get
pick...
very hot though, can't it?
Yes, yes, definitely.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll go fruit picking. So Petrina, coming back to you,
Yes.
you literally cooked that for like 6 minutes. and
Exactly.
it's ready.
And just dishing it out, you'll love it.
How nice and easy.
You
And it
see, it's
smells
mixture
great
of
from
greens.
here.
It's really healthy.
Doesn't it look good?
Yeah, it definitely does.
Okay, so I'm just going to garnish it with a bit of cut
I feel like
mint.
this is something you'd want if you're not feeling 100% as well. You know, it feels like it gives you a bit of energy, wholesome.
Yes, definitely, because even though we are in summer and it's hot, it's still a very nice dish to have.
Yeah.
And like I said, the way I've done it today, you can actually have it, invite your friends, your family over and have it like a starter. Like
Could you sprinkle some lime over it?
You can sprinkle some lime as well over it.
See, I'm adding the Aisha twist to the Petrina twist now.
Yes.
Next thing you know, she's going to be adding chaat masala on that.
I would.
So that's the dish there.
Don't tempt me.
Like I said, you could serve it with bread or rice.
Amazing. That looks
And the gravy depends on how much you want to actually have with the sauce as well.
Looks fabulous. Should we
wanna go
go up
try
and
it?
have a go? Yes,
Should we
why
both go?
not?
All
It looks
right,
too
let's
good.
go.
We're coming over, Petrina.
Okay, good.
Now, that looks absolutely delicious.
Got some plates as well, so here you go.
Wow, I love the dish you put it in as well.
And the smell, I can smell the aroma. It's delicious.
Spoon.
Wow,
Petrina,
look
I'm
at
going to
that.
get you in the middle.
Oh,
Here you
okay.
go, Tahreem.
Thank you.
Oh,
Okay, let's
will
put
you
this here.
just... I'll pass to you.
Yes.
You can use the spoon from here.
Perfect. There
Amazing.
you go.
I think that's enough for me.
Yeah.
Thank you.
What I suggest is taste it as it is first, and then you can use the,
We are going to put the ingredients back on the screen while we have a try. So this is your last chance to take a quick shot of all the ingredients for this dish.
Delicious.
Is it very hot?
It's hot, but it's so delicious.
heat
And
hot,
so-
heat hot,
Yeah.
and a bit
Yeah,
of chili. I'm not too sure whether it's too spicy for you.
Oh, no,
can take
I meant
chili.
hot as in like
Yeah, I
heat.
meant
Yeah,
heat
yeah,
hot.
hot. Yeah.
It's not spicy.
Okay.
Very,
Right.
very nice.
Right, well, whilst we indulge in this amazing... Carry on.
In this amazing dish, it tastes so good. We are going to... My goodness. We haven't stopped
Yummy.
eating.
I haven't stopped eating. Well, she
No, it
certainly
was
has.
very, very nice. And another example of where I kind of watch the cooking and I'm like, I don't know if this is going to be for me. And then I try it and I'm like,
No,
I'm
listen,
sold.
this was delicious, wholesome, healthy.
And so many ingredients,
so
but I feel like
many
you can taste all of it individually.
Yeah, I feel like my iron levels have gone up suddenly.
Her energy's finally come through at the end of the show. But
Yeah.
look, Petrina, thank you again. Honestly, it was a brilliant dish. And what a show we've had today as well. But just before we get into the show, we will very quickly go through the ingredients one last time so that at least you can save it as a final opportunity. A cup of brown lentils, a cup of coconut milk, 3 cloves of garlic, 2 shallots, thumb-size ginger with skin. I love that about Petrina. 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric powder, a 1/4 teaspoon paprika powder, 1/4 teaspoon coriander seeds, 1/4 teaspoon cumin seeds, a green capsicum, 10 ladies' fingers, 2 green chili, handful mature spinach leaves, 2 stalks of spring onions, handful coriander and or mint leaves, 5 asparagus spears, 5 green beans, salt, sea salt per taste. And that was very hard to read after I've just etten a big bowl of it.
Yeah.
But no, amazing. And overall, starting with the
big
headlines
bowl.
with John Reese.
I was just commenting on your bowl.
Oh, my, yes.
But yes, we had an
When I
incredible
like
show
something,
today.
then
We had
there's a lot.
Zainab, we had John Reese, we had
Yeah, really
the
good show.
Nasheed, and you know, the best of all, the icing on the cake is Petrina. We hope you've had a fantastic morning with us this morning.